Rise and shine, McAllister. Welcome to Harper Mountain Coffee House at 224 South 3rd Street in McAllister. Come have a cup of joe with us and enjoy the show. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture, Dowdery Pharmacy, Reagan Auto, and Dobson Fiber, live on KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, as well as video streaming on YouTube and on the KNED app. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, and for the fourth consecutive year, your McAllister Buffaloes are playing in the quarterfinals, but for the first time ever, they face off with the Piedmont Wildcats on the gridiron. This game is at the Hook, so make sure you show up and be loud for the black and gold. If you are absolutely unable to make it, you can listen on KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM on the KNED app or online at McAllisterRadio.com. Now, with all that said, let's welcome the head coach of the McAllister Buffaloes, Forrest Mazey.
Glad to be here, enjoying this nice breakfast sandwich.
That's right. 27-14, revenge over Collinsville. But, Coach, the Buffaloes and dramatic endings go together like peanut butter and jelly, don't they?
Yeah, you're not lying there. It was a great finish to the game, kind of a scary finish from my end. But overall, in the playoffs, it's doing whatever it takes to get it done. I don't think we played great. Overall, I had too many turnovers at crucial times. But regardless of that, you can't look back at it. You can't look forward. You got to worry about that moment, and we found a way to win. And that's what it takes in the playoffs, is just that moment.
Well, speaking of the dramatic ending, Collinsville Cardinals 9 feet away from tying and possibly taking the lead with mere seconds on the clock.
Yep.
Then boom, Chaz Bradley, who's with us here today, 98-yard pick six. Take us through that play from your perspective.
Well, watching from the back, I see it. I'm surprised they didn't call a timeout. I think they had one. They run the reverse, and I see the quarterback open up, coming out, and then I see Chaz break in front. And that's actually, we practiced a lot of trick plays. Now, we've practiced that trick play for a lot of other teams because everybody seems to have it in.
Mm-hmm.
But that specific one for Collinsville, we had not practiced. We had practiced a lot of them, but Chaz just did a great job of being instinctual. He's man coverage on the receiver and sees the guy break left and sees the reverse and breaks in front of it. And pick six is at 97 officially, but it was more like 100.
Right.
He picked it at the goal line. So just a great football play on his part, being a football player. Some things you can't teach. Sometimes we teach things too much. We teach a lot of technique and a lot of things like that, and sometimes you have to let kids play football, and that's what happened. It was a great job on his part.
Before the pick, though, your team went on a drive of the decade. 98 yards to score. You scored in a little over 3 minutes.
Was it?
Yeah. What do you think about that drive by your offense?
Gutsy, tough, what we preach. I mean, it's everything that we talk about, we did on that drive. To overcome adversity is fourth down. We're backed up on the 1 or 2. Overcoming different adversities, not clicking all the way, and finding a way to get it done. And so I was proud of that moment especially, because we've been kind of, other than the first couple of drives, kind of drudging along a little bit.
Now, what about that decision to go for it on 4th and long from your own, I think it was 25, the fake punt?
Well, I said it was there all night, so I called it, and I'm not going to lie, at our own 20 here, the old butt gets a little tight.
Yeah, a little bit.
And you hope it's there. You want it to be executed.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously there's so many factors that go in the snap, the shuffle forward and all that. And kids did it and got it done. Got us a first down, and that extended the drive and really gave us a little spark.
Talking about clinching a little bit, when Ethan made contact with the first defender, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, no. I got kind of worried. I was like, man, hope he passed the chains. But speaking of Ethan, with so much that happened, it can get lost that he had a career game last week.
Great game for him.
He had 2 picks, 1 pick six, a 15-yard touchdown run, and he led the team in tackles. So what'd you think about Ethan's play?
Really gutsy, really great job. Did everything we asked him to do, flew around, and did everything right. That's what I always tell people. Like, it doesn't have to be the same guy every week with us. It can be a different guy at different times, just depending on what the situation calls for. Do those other guys step up? Do they take advantage of the opportunity to be the man? It's just kind of how I envision our football team. Obviously we have some star players. There's no question about that. But, at any given time, anybody else can be the man in a game because of one thing or another. And that's what we got to look forward to be a great football team.
So, Lineman of the Week and Scout Team Player of the Week.
Lineman of the week was Sean Woods, was it? Was it Sean? No, it was Case and Whitley. It was Whitley. Whitley got it this week. And you say Scout Team Player of the Week?
Scout Team Player of the Week.
It was Drayton again. Yeah, Palsel had another good week of Scout Team. He does a really good job for us. Even though he's a varsity rotator, he jumps over. And a lot of our starting offensive linemen go over on Scout Team too. But Drayton's done a really good job the last couple of weeks of not only being a rotator on offense and defense, but really prepping us as a running back.
All right, with that, we'll sneak aside for our first time out. This is Coffee with the Coach inside of Harper Mountain Coffee House. We'll be back with some player interviews after a quick word from our sponsors.
Since 1936, Dobson Fiber believes in delivering the latest technology to the communities it serves. That's why we continue to invest in our own all-fiber network to bring your business the fastest internet speeds available. You won't believe the speed and reliability that only fiber can provide. Plus, you work with local people who know your business with 24/7 technical support. Think Dobson Fiber for all your business internet and phone needs. Dobson Fiber, fast, reliable, local.
Reagan Auto in McAllister is now offering a winterized special, which consists of a coolant flush starting at $129.99 with a free battery check. Purchase a set of tires and ask about their complimentary alignment check and road hazard options. Stop by Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte Avenue in McAllister or call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Dougherty Pharmacy at 622 East Wyandotte, formerly known as the Medicine Shop, offers free delivery in the McAllister area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we are a compounding pharmacy as well. With all that, Dougherty Pharmacy also has fast, friendly service. We make it easy to fill your prescriptions. Drive up, come in, or let us deliver to you in the McAllister area. That's Dougherty Pharmacy, 622 East Wyandotte, McAllister. Dougherty Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Buffalo football.
Tannehill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAllister Buffaloes. For over 30 years, Tannehill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs. Offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses, stop by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAllister. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Harper Mountain Coffee House has your coffee and tea needs covered. They offer a variety of espressos, frappuccinos, and drip coffee, as well as smoothies, chai teas, and an assortment of breakfast sandwiches and pastries. There's wireless internet too. Harper Mountain Coffee House, 3rd and Wyandotte, McAllister. Open 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Saturdays, or visit us 7 days a week at Harper Mountain To Go in Tandytown, or at our newest location at 418B South Georgia Line Expressway, which is open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. For those on radio, there was your Buffalo drive of the season, and there's 27-14 first-round win last week over the Collinsville Cardinals. It was the game-winning drive for McAllister occurring midway through the fourth quarter, covering 98 yards in the span of 3 minutes and 21 seconds, featuring a fake punt on 4th and 8 from their own 20-yard line. It was capped off by that 48-yard touchdown run by senior Eric McCarty, who we have with us here today with Chaz Bradley. Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach from Harper Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAllister. Again, this year's show brought to you by Reagan Auto, Dobson Fiber, Dougherty Pharmacy, and Tannehill Furniture. And speaking of McCarty and Bradley, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You guys know how this works. Y'all both been on the show before. Start off with an icebreaker. If you could be a fictional character, like from a book, movie, TV show, who would you be?
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Thor?
I guess Thor, that'd be kind of cool.
Thor.
Thor's not a bad one. Both of y'all?
You
Thor,
need someone else.
Spider-Man? Yeah. Spider-Man would be cool. Spider-Man would be really cool. Switching over to football real quick, we'll start on the obvious and go over to Chaz. Chaz, take me through what was going through your head on that long touchdown pick six. I think that's been the question you've gotten how many times this week?
A lot. I didn't really see it at first, but I mean, somebody called it out like when the quarterback went out, and basically I knew I had to get there as fast as I could.
See, if I were you, I would be saying this. I would be saying, like, no, I baited him. I was like 5 feet away from him, and I'm like, hey, try to throw it.
I would say, if you watch film, he wasn't there at first.
Yeah. I see from our angle, because we're all the way in the back to the right, I was like, man, I think that I really thought that you baited him. You're like, oh, come on, try to throw it. And then you jumped in front of him, and then I saw the back angle, and I was like, hey, he did go a little bit to the right. But, man, clutch plays come. You got an interception to play right after that. Sure. Balling out. Congratulations on the great game and on the win.
Thank you.
Eric, you had a big touchdown to put the Buffs ahead, and you played your tail off in that game as well as the one last year against the Cardinals. So, I mean, playing in those games back-to-back years, really personal. When you realized y'all were going to get the win and get that revenge, kind of what was going through your head?
It was one of the moments that it was something we worked for. This was a team that took away what we worked so hard for last year. And to take away their chances around one meant a lot to us, so that was a big thing about it.
Even better to kind of do it in their home?
Yes, and even way better to do it at their house.
I felt so. Big games every week. You guys got to love playoff football. You got Piedmont tomorrow at the Hook. So this question for both of y'all. How are y'all feeling going into the quarterfinals?
I feel great.
Same. I feel great. I feel like we can go out there, just do our best.
All right, so before we switch over to our last question, one more pertaining to football. Being seniors, y'all have had 4 years to experience high school football, and kind of the question that makes me think of this is I'm thinking of the walkover across the street over towards the football field. What's your favorite aspect of the game and playing it at this level?
You mean like during the game?
Either during the game or just like outside of the game. Maybe you're like walking down the halls of high school, or like just being a football player in high school football in Oklahoma.
I think it's got to be just the support from the town. I mean, being able to go out there and play and have all that support by the town, it really, as a kid, it helps me out a lot. It shows me, I don't know how to explain it. It's just one of them kind of feelings that you just can't explain.
Mm-hmm. So I'll ask Chaz the same question before I kind of, I guess, have a follow-up to that. Chaz, what's your favorite part about, just playing Oklahoma high school football?
I'd probably say the fans, too. Playing on Friday nights, it's better. It's fun.
Man, we were right behind. We were right next over to the McAllister coaches, and we are literally right behind the fans over on the opposing sideline over in Collinsville. It felt like we were in a hockey rink because we'd have people that turn around to us because they can kind of hear the call a little bit behind them because it kind of bleeds through the glass, and they were banging on the glass every time there would be a touchdown or a pick six. Just absolute mayhem that was in the booth that night. But, man, you guys have had a good run. You guys have got a lot more football to play, though, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot more football to play, but it's been great so far.
Last one, and it's always a fun one. I asked last week, who on the team would you not want to date your daughter? I can ask that question too, but I have this one too. Who on the team would most likely be the first person to die in a horror film?
Oh, I don't know.
Slow and athletic.
I was kind of thinking maybe like one of the Shumways or.
Gosh, will Garrett sweep 2 weeks in a row? Be the person that you wouldn't want your daughter to date and the first person to die in a film?
That's definitely the answer for that. Maybe it could be Connor. I could see Connor. I just don't see him being able to get away too fast.
Connor.
Yeah,
Connor or
Pouncil. He trips a lot.
Chaz?
I'm about to say Garrett.
Garrett Shumway, 3 out of the 4 answers in 2 consecutive weeks. Thank you, guys, and good luck against Piedmont.
Thank you.
All right, those are Buffalo seniors Chaz Bradley and Eric McCarty. You're tuned into Coffee with the Coach. Don't go anywhere. We'll speak on the Wildcats next. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
Since 1936, Dobson Fiber believes in delivering the latest technology to the communities it serves. That's why we continue to invest in our own all-fiber network to bring your business the fastest internet speeds available. You won't believe the speed and reliability that only fiber can provide. Plus, you work with local people who know your business with 24/7 technical support. Think Dobson Fiber for all your business internet and phone needs. Dobson Fiber, fast, reliable, local.
Reagan Auto in McAllister is now offering a winterized special, which consists of a coolant flush starting at $129.99 with a free battery check. Purchase a set of tires and ask about their complimentary alignment check and road hazard options. Stop by Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte Avenue in McAllister or call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Dougherty Pharmacy at 622 East Wyandotte, formerly known as the Medicine Shop, offers free delivery in the McAllister area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we are a compounding pharmacy as well. With all that, Dougherty Pharmacy also has fast, friendly service. We make it easy to fill your prescriptions. Drive up, come in, or let us deliver to you in the McAllister area. That's Dougherty Pharmacy, 622 East Wyandotte, McAllister. Dougherty Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Buffalo football.
Tannehill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAllister Buffaloes. For over 30 years, Tannehill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs. Offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses, stop by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAllister. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Coffee.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture, Reagan Auto, Dougherty Pharmacy, and Dobson Fiber. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, at Harper Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAllister, live alongside McAllister Buffalo head coach Forrest Mazey. And tomorrow night, it's McAllister versus Piedmont in the quarterfinals of the Oklahoma 5A football playoffs. It's the 30th time in the quarterfinals in McAllister football history, with a record of 17-12 in those games. The Buffaloes and the Wildcats met in the quarterfinals of the 2022 5A baseball tournament. However, this is the first time that the football programs of McAllister and Piedmont have played each other. Coach Mazey, it's time for Guess That Play.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we go back to last year's quarterfinals matchup since we've never had a game against Piedmont.
Okay.
Guthrie back of the hook, tie game 14-14 in the third quarter with 9 minutes left to go.
Where we at?
First down and 10 from the Guthrie 27-yard line towards the field house.
Hit Leighton Bass on the screen pass. Tez runs it in, right?
Is that your
that's
final
answer? 1,000%.
All right, Wyatt, play it.
Here's the snap. Pass out far side. It's caught. And it's breaking loose. Leighton Bass down the far sideline. 10-5, touchdown McAllister. He's going fishing for the first time tonight. The McAllister Buffaloes take the lead here at the hook.
I can remember almost every touchdown from almost every year.
Man, you lost like 2 last year, and then you came back for revenge this year, and you're what? Was it 9-0-1?
Because I got the name wrong. I thought it was Moten, but it was Turd Head there.
You got the touchdown right and the call right, just the wrong player one year, so we called it a wash. All right,
it was because Eric was wearing sleeves.
You know, I know, hey, Leighton, if you're watching and listening right now, I totally forgot about that touchdown.
I didn't.
It gets buried in.
Because they messed up. We didn't block it right, and he still shook him for a touchdown because it's out crap. I said, Kel didn't get out there, and then all of a sudden Leighton made a quick move. And it was, and sometimes you do that. Sometimes it's good stuff.
I watched it back, and I remember just one move and he was gone. Just one quick move, and he used to speed.
He had that quick, hard, basically a crossover step and gone.
Coach, back-to-back seasons hosting a quarterfinals game at the Hook. This might be a duh question, but how big is it to have that game back in front of the home crowd?
I thought it was a possibility. So I didn't want to. I told them that, but I didn't say it was a guarantee. Because I thought we could win, and I really thought they could win. Getting it back at home is something, then you can go out on your own terms. It's the last game at the Hook no matter what for these seniors, absolutely no matter what. I mean, it's the last game at the Hook for them. And so they can go out on their own terms, really. How do you want to go out? How do you want to be remembered in your home stadium? And it's going to be a tough game. Obviously they present some challenges, so it'll be how we respond, how we play, and how electric the crowd is. Like you heard the 2 young men. I mean, that's Eric and Chaz. They talk about feeding off of the crowd. Man, I think that's the cool thing about high school football when you get crowds like we can, and it really makes it awesome. I've already had a bunch of friends and former players text me and said they were coming to the game, and whether I coached them at Atoka or wherever else, and they're excited about coming to watch us play.
Yeah, talking about the team you're facing off with, Piedmont's not your typical 4 seed.
Right.
What do you think about the Piedmont Wildcats?
They come from what they consider arguably the 2 toughest districts are top heavy in the playoffs. But obviously
7 out of the 8 remaining teams.
Yeah, go figure. The biggest thing is with them is obviously their offense trying to prep for the flex bone, and they feel like they're battle tested in their district with Guthrie and Bishop McGinnis and Carl Albert. But we feel the same way. We feel like we're a little battle tested as well, and we just got to find a way to stop what they do, and because you can't let a team like that get ahead, because they may hold the ball for 4 or 5 minutes and get 2 first downs. And they're okay with that if they got the lead. They're taking time off, they're taking possessions away from you. So we've got to be efficient in comparison to last week. We've got to take advantage of opportunities and can't squander anything. And like I said, they think they're really good, and we feel like we're good when we play well. And so it should be 2 good teams going at it, and we're excited about that.
Now, I know you're speaking to the flex bone there. I know Piedmont runs it much better than what you saw against Durant.
Right.
But how much has that experience of already preparing for that offense kind of helped you in preparation this week?
I think it helped our scout team a ton. I think our scout team's doing a great job again of really trying to prep us for it. So that's the biggest thing. Can your scout team emulate it? And having at least one game where they've had to try to emulate it has helped. Now we have to just go execute. We got to stop their fullbacks. They're a fullback heavy. Obviously, a bunch of people do different things. Obviously the fullback for them is predominant with the types of with the flex bone they run. So we just got to make sure we make other people beat us.
And last question here: since Jeff Hall has been the head coach of the team, I felt like they've had a reputation of being a tough, physical football team. I know that's something the Buffs pride themselves in as well.
Right.
And physicality plays a big role in every football game. But just how big will it be, considering the kind of offense that they run, and just the 2 physical teams going up against each other in a quarterfinals matchup?
I talked to the kids about this yesterday, and I don't want anybody coming in here and basically basing their toughness off what offense they run. I want them to base their toughness and our toughness off how long in 26-degree weather can you run downhill and put your face into a tackle, and how many times can you do that, and how many times can you get the ball in offense and run through tackles? That's where toughness is going to show to me, more so than what they run offensively and defensively, or us run offensively and defensively.
Right.
Because it's going to be cold and it's going to hurt, and at some point there's going to be a team out there. That decides I'm tired of hurting. One of us is going to decide whether they're tired of hurting, and one of us is going to turn it down. And are we going to be that team, or are we going to be the team that makes them turn it down? That's kind of what we explained and talked about yesterday. And so we're going to find out Friday. I mean, that's just the ultimate thing. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it on both ends. I've coached, and I've seen kids do both ends of it, my own kids. So I've seen kids of mine step up and be tough, and I've seen them go, you know what, today just ain't the day. And hopefully, we've ingrained in the toughness in these kids to try to, extend their season.
All right, that's kickoff at 7 tomorrow night at the Hook. Make sure you come out and support the Buffaloes in their final home game, no matter what, of the season. We're going to take a break. Coming up next from Harbor Mountain Coffee House at 3rd Street in McAllister, we'll have one final break with head coach Forrest Mazey, reading some of your fan questions. Don't go anywhere. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
Since 1936, Dobson Fiber believes in delivering the latest technology. That's why we continue to invest in our own all-fiber network to bring your business the fastest internet speeds available. You won't believe the speed and reliability that only fiber can provide. Plus, you work with local people who know your business with 24/7 technical support. Think Dobson Fiber for all your business internet and phone needs. Dobson Fiber, fast, reliable, local.
Reagan Auto in McAllister is now offering a winterized special, which consists of a coolant flush starting at $129.99 with a free battery check. Purchase a set of tires and ask about their complimentary alignment check and road hazard options. Stop by Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte Avenue in McAllister or call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture, Dowdery Pharmacy, Dobson Fiber, and Reagan Auto. Before we dive into some fan questions, let's look ahead at our broadcast schedule this week. Tomorrow night, it's the Buffaloes and the Wildcats in the 5A quarterfinals. Kickoff at 7 on this station, KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, online at McAllisterRadio.com, and on the KNED app. Pregame at 6:20. Directly after that game, you can listen to one in progress as the Tulsa Golden Hurricane hosts South Florida on KTMC AM 1400 and 96.7 FM. Then on Saturday, it's all eyes on Bedlam, Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State in Norman. Kickoff at 6:30 with pregame set for 4:30 on both stations, KNED for the Sooners broadcast and Rock 105.1 FM for the Pokes. Now, with all that said, we have head coach Forrest Mazey with our final segment this morning, reading off your fan questions. If you ever have one, DM us on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio and message us on Facebook at facebook.com/McAllister Radio. Gosh, I can't even see the screen on my over here. Hey, Coach, let's get started with this one. Trent asks, underappreciated Thanksgiving dinner table must-haves.
Underappreciated.
Underappreciated, but they're still must-haves.
Man, I'm not a big casserole guy, but everybody might like that pea casserole and green bean casserole. Ugh, pass it on to somebody else. Let me think. Underrated. Ooh, and it doesn't get touched a lot at my house. Cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce.
It's underrated. Everybody hates it. You got to have it on the turkey, man. You got to have it because it's drier than crap. I'm just telling you.
Broccoli and cheese casserole for me.
Ooh.
I know it doesn't sound good. I don't like
Good
broccoli.
Lord.
Listen, I don't usually like it either.
Casserole, just the word casserole
I know.
makes me sick.
But there's something about the way that my mom and my grandma makes broccoli and cheese casserole.
I get it.
And
Hey, some people.
I don't even like broccoli, like
I
that.
think for my in-laws, it's pea salad. Like they love it, and I am not a fan. I just can't mess with it.
Nothing.
They love it, and I'll be another one for me is sweet potato pie, not pumpkin pie.
Sweet potato pie is
It's people don't think about it because of pumpkin pie, but man,
Right.
to me, it's a lighter texture. I love it.
Derek asks, paprika on deviled eggs, yes or no?
Yes,
Easy. That's an easy one.
without question.
You need to tell Derek he needs to get better with his questions.
Yeah, it got to be way better than that.
Hey, Kevin asks, do the team captains have specific responsibilities during game week, privileges, or perks?
No, they just go out there. It's a gamble. I mean, they obviously, I feel like, are our leaders or our team, But overall, it's just a gamble on a coin toss.
Gotcha.
Other than being, I ask those guys what to wear. What do y'all want to wear this week on a jersey combo or stuff like that. We're fortunate where we just don't have two, but I kind of feel like Mike Leach on that. It's just a coin toss.
Yeah,
He sends a punter out. He's usually the best gambler, he says, so he sends a punter out because it's 50-50. He sends one punter out for a coin toss. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Not necessarily he doesn't mean he's a captain, but he's just a coin toss guy.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, I love when he goes on tangents in his press conferences.
Man, I'm telling you.
He
I love the bitterness of coffee. He said you don't want to take away you're getting to the result. You don't care about the bitterness.
He went on a 5-minute rant or tangent on what mascot in the Pac-12.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was
It
awesome.
was great.
Buffalo's utterly outstanding. Josh asks, would you rather play in 30 degrees in snow or 105 degrees in humid?
105.
Really?
1,000%. No cold. Ugh.
So
And snow?
So you
And
pick
moisture?
You pick Shreveport over Collinsville?
20 million times over.
Wow. Okay. I just remember you saying, it's so dang hot in the
Well,
post-game show.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was pretty warm, wasn't it?
But, I'm okay with the heat. I like the heat.
Yeah. And Tyson asks our last one, in honor of Chaz's pick six, before that play, what is the most memorable defensive play of your coaching career?
There was another pick six. Actually, it was when we played the Queen Arkansas at Poto, and my corner, he comes. They keep throwing a little quick screen out there, and he tells me, he said, "Coach, I'm reading this. If I see it again, can I pick it?" I said, "Well, yeah."
Can I pick it?
Well, because we have a rule. I mean, you can only make. I mean, I didn't want him to run a screen and go, so we could always kind of make sure that we bait that throw and get a tackle for a no gain basis. Coach, they're not blocking me. I just know I can get picked, and he picked sixes it for the lead, and that's kind of the same situation. I mean, it's not as quite as a big a stage, but that's memorable to me as far as the exchange before it happened.
Yeah. Can I pick it?
So
All right.
can I pick six this thing? And I said, yeah, please.
Do it. We like points.
Please do that.
Coach, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, I mean, it's going to be cold. Bring your little buddy heaters and blankets and, man, pack those stands because this will be the last time you get to see this group in at the Hook. And it'll be the last game, of the season at the Hook. It'll be anything at home is done after Friday. So you definitely want to be in the stands. You want to get there, try to maybe get there early, get you a seat, picked out, get your blanket, whatever it is, put down. Obviously, I've got a lot of people that have texted me. I think there'll be some people in the area come, different coaches, different teams. Bunch of people that understand we're second round of the playoffs right now, so a lot of teams are not playing anymore. So coaches and everybody else will be coming to watch as well. So it'll be one of the things where, to win the goal, you got to be playing in the cold. So.
There you go. That you shouldn't end it on anything better than that. I like that. To win the gold, you got to play in the cold. Thank you, Coach, for your time, and good luck tomorrow night against Piedmont.
Thank you.
All right, this has been Brandon Green with head coach Forrest Mazey. If the Buffs win, we'll do this next week. What time? If we won, will we do it on Wednesday? 'Cause next week's Thanksgiving.
Better do it on
Wednesday. All right. If we win, we'll do it next week on Wednesday from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAllister. Until then, don't just have a great day. Have a Buffalo day, everybody.